What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the truth, former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer, Errol the Truth Spence Jr., responds to Gervonta Tank Davis, who used to be an extremely close friend of his. They seem to have just be, I don't want to say not friends. I'm sure they're friends, but they just, you grow, and you mature in life. At one point in time, Errol Spence, Gervonta Tank Davis, Adrian Broner was as thick as thieves, as they say, right? And now they've grown up, okay? At one point in time, Adrian Broner was the superstar of the bunch. Then it was Errol Spence. Now it's Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? So Errol Spence has matured, and Errol Spence now has man down promotions. Errol Spence, fighter, Frank the Ghost Martin, undefeated lightweight star title contender, is going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis June 15th, next Saturday. And that's Errol Spence's fighter. So Errol Spence is supporting and backing his fighter. It's not personal. Gervonta Tank Davis feels like it's personal, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis feels like it's personal due to the fact that Errol Spence called for this fight a while ago and saying that he wanted to see Frank Martin and Gervonta Tank Davis face off against one another. I think Gervonta Tank Davis took it personal. But Errol Spence wanted to see his fighter get the biggest opportunity, and understanding, like Errol Spence said, Gervonta Tank Davis is the biggest commodity in the division and one of the faces of the sport of boxing. That's the goal for him to strive for his fighter to face. And so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he feels slighted. And in the interview he did with Wallow and Gilly, he stated that with Frank Martin, that Errol Spence been hating on him for a while. And yesterday they did an interview with Errol Spence and Frank Martin, and Errol Spence said that he feel like Frank Martin is going to dominate the fight from rounds 1 through 12. And because Gervonta Tank Davis is historically a slow starter that looks for a knockout punch. Tank Davis responded and said, laughing emoji, get your bag. Essentially saying, you just out to get the bag. You don't really believe that. And people immediately started to trounce on Errol Spence for that. And these are supposed to be the Errol Spence supporters. And now Errol Spence responded to Tank Davis and the fans. And he told Tank Davis, I've been supporting you every fight you ever had and betting on you every fight you ever had up until this one. I supported and bet on you every fight up until this one. Even we know the widely viral public bet between him and Ryan Garcia when Tank Davis took on Rolando Rolly Romero. And they bet right there, right? On the spot. So Errol Spence has always backed Gervonta Tank Davis. But obviously, this is his bottom line. This is his investment. And this is a close friend of his as well, and Frank Martin. And this is what his brand needs. Man down promotions. So Tank Davis threw a shot at Errol Spence, and he stated, I'm going to back up everything I said, unlike other people. Meaning that Errol Spence didn't back up what he said against Terrence Crawford last July. Errol Spence said, listen, wow, I'm hating now on Tank Davis when I supported him every single fight up until this one fight. Shaking my head. It's amazing. The sport of boxing is the Wild Wild West. It's a popularity contest. Whomever is popular at the time, there's no real loyalty and commitment. And it's unfortunate because it just should be understood that he got to support his fighter. He got to believe in his fighter. Period. And that's just what it is. So let's see how this unfolds next Saturday, man. But I tell you what, if Frank Martin shocks the world, and he has the ability to do it, if Frank Martin shocks the world and beats Gervonta Tank Davis, the boxing world is going to turn upside down. It's going to turn upside down. Now, there's a rematch clause for a reason. There's a rematch clause for a reason. And that reason is Gervonta Tank Davis is training extremely hard for this fight because he understands the threat that's in front of him. Understand this. Gervonta Tank Davis and his team, they claim that belts don't matter. They don't like belts. But they put a rematch clause on Frank Martin. Now, typically, I always say a world champion should automatically have a rematch clause. But if you saying that the belts don't matter and the belts don't count and you don't care about belts, then why you got a rematch clause? Because Vasyl Lomachenko never put a rematch clause, and he be in unifications, world title fights, and he let you know belts do matter. But he never put no rematch clause on none of his fighters. Period. So why did Tank Davis put a rematch clause on Frank Martin? Because he understands the threat at hand. That don't say that Frank Martin is going to win, but he understands the task at hand. On paper, he knows this is the toughest fight of his career. Frank Martin is a southpaw. He's elusive. He's slick. He's 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. He's has power. He's undefeated. He's confident. Tank Davis understands what's at stake. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. Peace.